Privileged bow hunter again with another video. I'm super excited because what was on my doorstep when I got home from work with this brand new Mathews, I don't know what it is. It says V3X 33. It's the 2022 bow. So let's open it up. Chris, go ahead and get a close up of this inside of this box. It's empty.
Oh my gosh!
You know why it's empty? Because y'all didn't like, comment, share, and subscribe enough for Mathews to take notice and start sending me new bows, free bows. But maybe this time next year, you know what I mean? This time next year, maybe you'll see me on a proving ground or whatever. I don't know. But if you share it, if you hit that like button, if you leave comments, you're probably gonna move the channel closer to that direction. All right, let me get this Mathews Pro Staff Catfish box out of the way. Hey, make sure y'all watch mostly to the end, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of go over a couple of the sights, the fitment, see how it goes into that riser. And then what I'm gonna do is also take y'all to the range and see if there's enough play in the riser, windage adjustment, you know, to the right if you're a right-handed bow hunter, or to the left if you're a left-handed bow hunter, if you're using stuff like maybe a spot hog sight. All right, let's go. All right, folks, if you're seeing this video, that means I made my decision for 2022. I'm going with the Mathews V3X 33 inch. Here we go. What I'm gonna do is my bow build. This bow build is probably gonna take a couple different increments because you know how it is. I don't have all the parts and pieces that I would like to make everything matchy-matchy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cannibalize my VXR. I'm gonna use some of those things to put on this V3X. So stick with us, let's go. I'm gonna pull this integrate rest off of my VXR and I'm gonna slap it on there. It's pretty slick how all of this is in line. Now my preference, I'm not gonna lie, will be, it's probably gonna be a Hamskea, because I've been setting up folks' bows and they've been, I'm just a fan of the Hamskea. One after the other coming to my little garage shop to get set up. I think the problem right now for Hamskea is QAD has a patent on this integrate technology right now for the next couple years. And then when that runs out, I should be able to pull them away. Me pulling these parts off this VXR means, unfortunately, y'all not gonna see me shooting this VXR for a little bit. But I'm gonna keep it as a backup bow. So I definitely should have did this step first in full candor. But anyways, I gotta pull this little clamp off. So sad, I killed almost every animal that I can hunt in Hawaii with that thing. So I'm gonna miss it. So if you haven't put one of these on before, there's like a little indention on here that this little arrow goes on. They make it nice and easy so you don't have to think too hard putting this together. I don't know if you wanna come around and see, there's a white arrow on this integrate rest here, and then there's a indention on the riser on this green ambush part right there. That is right through the center of the burger button. There's this little cover plate that I gotta throw back on. So let me do this real quick. So that same arrow, you can see it. What I'm gonna do is just dial this up to the rest is at 0. On my VXR, it was slightly below. I know some of y'all may be disappointed, but I don't have the nice and slim, I don't have the nice and slim quiver yet. It's on order. Y'all gotta remember, I'm out here on the island and Mathews don't send me stuff early. I had to go and buy it retail just like everybody else. But maybe if y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, you know what I mean? Maybe this time next year, I have a box on my doorstep a little bit early, we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this on. So this same rest, it's time for it to be retired. So this rest was on my Hayline 7. It was on my VXR, and now it's gonna be on here until my, you know, my nice slim tight to the riser rest comes in to the Island Archer. Make sure y'all hit them up for all your archery needs. Right now, folks, I'm literally just putting the accessories on. So I like the quick disconnects. So I went with the ambush green. Granted, it's like the new hotness color, and I could have actually grabbed that one. But for me personally, I was like, that looks a little bit bright. I don't know if the sun would kind of gleam off of it or catch it, or if it's just something that I'm out there like in a big field, essentially stalking in. is that something that's gonna get me busted? So I was like, I don't even wanna take that chance. All right, so y'all can make fun of me all y'all want for now, but this is the stabilizer that I'm gonna roll with until, I'm gonna go with all black accessories, but I'm not gonna order one right now because I just don't wanna spend that money. So this one that matched perfectly with my VXR is gonna have to do. Next in the process, I'm gonna go ahead and get these knocking points together. So knocking point, D-loop, all of that good stuff is coming next. So I'm using my bubble levels. I'm gonna go ahead and get the bow nice and level first. So what I'm trying to do is get this arrow running through the burger button nice and level. So what I might do is make it a little knock high, because honestly, that's how these seem to want to tune. At least that's how my VXR was and some of the V3s that I've done. This is where I'm gonna start. All right, so I'm gonna take my BCY, go ahead and tie my knocking points in. So this is super simple. I'm sure y'all been seeing John Dudley do this like 100 billion times. That's where I learned it from. So if you don't like what I'm doing right here, go to his channel and let him know, don't tell me. Actually, his comments are turned off on his channel. So yeah, just go ahead and leave a comment below if you do it a different way. So I'm gonna go double overhands, alternating. So it's gonna end up 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So it'll be a total of 6. Then I'm gonna finish it off on this side with just a square knot. It's left over right. Make sure this is where you mess it all up if it don't fall into that crease. All right, so went left over right. Now I'm gonna go right over left. Right, it get hot here in Hawaii. I'm gonna burn these ends off. To do that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in a bow press though. Just because I like to, it's easier to get the flame to go up and not be coming close to my strings this way. Much, much longer, much longer. Yo, so we could have put this back in the box or whatever. And we could have put this back in the box and had the knife and cut the box open and then pull it out of plastic, and then all the over the top like noises that come with unboxings. That gets on my nerves every time I watch a video, so I'm not doing that. Like that is my least favorite part. When I see that on the video, I triple tap real quick so that video jump ahead like 30, 45 seconds. So I know it should be common sense, but you definitely need the flame to go up, right? Heat rises. So if you do it under here, you're gonna burn your actual servant and everything. So you wanna be on top of it. So I'm not really worried about knock pinch too much with the axle to axle this long. Like this is the longest bow that I've personally shot. But I'm still gonna give a little bit of space below this knocking point, just a little bit. I'm not giving it a crazy amount of room up there, because like I said, it is a longer axle to axle, so it ain't that big of a deal. One thing that I've been taught when it comes to D-loops is if you're a right-handed shooter, that the ball up top should be facing away from you and the ball on the bottom should be facing towards you. And that should help, especially if you got a, like a handheld thumb button style. It should help not get a lot of torque. The person who I've seen like really drive that point home and bring that out was Bomar. Them folks over at Bomar Bow Hunting. He's got a video talking about like the right way to tie a D-loop. So it's a real good one, check it out. I'm just trying to get as much of the play out of this thing as possible. It's still gonna stretch a little bit after this, but this is pretty much gonna be about close to where the D-loop is going to be. Back to checking the cam timer. And just in case this D-loop goes, well, I'm gonna need a new garage door. All right, so bottom is hitting before the top. You see the bottom is touching, but the top is not. So what I'm gonna do is put a half twist in that bottom one. And if, for everybody who's new, right, like the reason why I have an arrow in here, just in case the D-loop goes, if the D-loop like broke away and I didn't have an arrow in here, I would dry fire this bow and it would destroy it. Maybe it'll hold up, maybe it wouldn't, but the limbs would be at risk, the cams would be at risk, Chris and I would be at risk. It just would be very, very dangerous. So if the D-loop broke, it would fire the arrow, my garage door would stop it. It's probably cheaper to replace a pane and my garage door than it is to get a brand new bow. Part of the reason why I'm doing this so fast without like all the parts and pieces here that I actually want for my final setup is because there's a lot of questions around like what sights with dovetails will fit. And if you've been watching the channel, you know I shoot a Montana black goat. So right now, I have a buddy's sight. I'm not gonna say the name, you might've seen it panning in the B-roll or whatever. But if you stick with us through the end of this video, we're gonna get over to the range, we're gonna shoot this thing, and I'm gonna see if I have enough adjustment, enough windage left or right, since this whole thing is shifted over into the riser from the side mount that we're used to. So I'm gonna see like what growing pains I have with that, and go from there. The other way to do this without like having to trust the D-loop is this little safety lanyard that comes with the Last Chance drawboard. So this lanyard is here just in case the D-loop goes. The D-loop, if this D-loop broke, I got this safety lanyard attached straight to this hook. So there's still a safety measure in place. You're probably like, why you didn't do that in the first place? I don't know, my bad. I didn't do it in the first place. We here now. All right, that's good. I mean, half a twist, that's not bad. It only took me 1/2 twist to get these in time. So you got here touching and the top is touching. I can't pan out, we can't pan out far enough so you can see them both at the same time. So they make this super, super simple with this integrate rest to time this rest. So I got these clamps here, boom. And I got another clamp here somewhere. This little clamp, I got to get it on here with this rope inside. Yep. I think we're good. All right, so I gotta make sure this arrow, basically the center of this arrow, you already know the deal, 13/16 from the riser. So that's good. The last thing I need to do is remove the peep sight from this bow and put it on this one. All right, so, but one thing to make like my life a little bit easier when it comes to figuring out where to set this peep sight, I'm gonna take one of them good old measurements that you would put into Archer's Advantage. All right, so once again, I cannibalized off camera my peep from my VXR. Somebody's probably gonna say it's time to replace this peep because this peep was in my Halon as well. But I just don't want to get nickel and dime for like every little, you know what I mean? Every little $20 here, $30 here, that stuff add up. I got mouths to feed. Just so y'all know, right? This is like, get the bow built so I can hunt with it and get to the range and figure out this sight issue for y'all. That's what this is right now. But I do have, I love my torqueless grips, so I got that on the way. Torqueless grips on the way, strings on the way, strings and cables are on the way. So I'm definitely gonna do this again, which I don't mind because it's, like I said, it's a hobby of mine. So if y'all wanna see me like actually the finished product of this, how I like it, let me know and I don't mind doing some of this stuff again, or maybe just kind of like a highlight video next of how I got it set up. So how I remember how the peep sight goes in is just top back, all right? The top of it needs to be pointing back, just like a convertible, just like a drop top. Top back. Hey, this is a good time for y'all to go and check out that Archer's Advantage video. The video is called like I don't know, how to build the perfect sight tape, I think it is. There'll be a video card up on the, in the description, or probably like somewhere around here. But basically there's a measurement in there that takes peep height. And if you do that, right, you should go from your arrow to here to the like center of your peep. If you recorded that, and then you should be able to get your peep sight exactly where it was on your previous setup. So I'm gonna get this thing to full draw. All right, so it's at full draw. And then I'm gonna measure from there. It's 3.5 inches. Actually, I eyeballed that pretty good. Man, that's pretty good, man. All right. What I got right here is a Fast Eddie Spot Hog. And this actually, you know, it's got a little bit of play, but it actually fits decently well. Let's see how it fits like once I actually snug this thing down. Now that it's snugged down, I mean, this thing is pretty solid. I wanted to get that on there before I actually shot through paper. Right tear. Just want to verify because I had, like I said, I had them things back to back. Not bad. All right, so with a right tear through paper, you already know what the deal is with Mathews. You got to shim them. So I got a tear right, so I'm gonna move the cams towards the right. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but that's just what it is. Go ahead and hit the I believe button, please. So the I believe button, if y'all don't know, is just the like button. It don't cost y'all nothing to smash the like button. Just stop whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? And just make sure you let us know that you like it. YouTube then pulled the dislike button for reasons that we can't discuss because, you know what I mean, they might, well, never mind. We'll leave that alone, huh, Chris? We had to have a whole nother channel for that stuff. I like this system because I feel like it's a little bit more secure if it was just like a yoke system for your left and rights. Like once you get these shims set, they really shouldn't move on you. You know what I mean? It's not like a yoke system that the cables can stretch on you. All right, so there's an axle in there. Comment below if you got a better way of doing it, but I just find an Allen key that's like around the same diameter, and I try to just push straight. This one is thinner, and since I need to shift the whole system over to the right to fix that right tear, this is what I gotta do. There's a little, I guess their form of a washer. Throw that back in there. Now, sometimes you're good with only one Allen to do this, but sometimes you got to put an Allen on each side. It depends. I heard through the grapevine that like if you over torque these screws, it'll kind of give you some problems. I don't know how to verify that. I mean, I haven't verified it. Probably won't even try to, but just keep that in mind, folks. Shoot through paper again to make sure that didn't affect the tear at all. So really, I've put one legit shot through paper. Here's my second one. I shimmed the cams over. Let's see. That's pretty good, man. That's the third one right there. There might be a little bit of elevation in there. It's not enough for me really to be able to tell, to be real with y'all. So if you're looking directly down the string, now look where the pins are. The pins are off to the left of the string. So what you're gonna need is to be able to move this housing to the right to bring this in line. So we'll have to figure out if there's enough adjustment in this to do that. So that's probably what you really came here for. And we're gonna make sure we bring that to y'all. All right, So yeah, I'm just gonna check my draw weight real quick. So we at 75.7 out of the box. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna throw like 2 twists in the top cable, 2 twists in the bottom, because I need this, I wanna bring this poundage up to around 77, 78, because I got speed dreams with my heavy arrows. So that's where we at right now. Next we'll be at the range. All right, so here we go. I got the V3X 33 set all up. Obviously you can see I got the Spot Hog sight in here. Yes, it does have enough adjustment. I got the rest running perfectly 13/16 yesterday. Y'all saw there's a bullet hole, so center shot and everything is good. What I did was, though, you will have to mess with this spacer. How this was set up, the spacer had this push way over to the left. I just took the block and kind of played Tetris until I got it to work in the orientation that I needed, and that did a course adjustment to the right for me as a right-handed shooter. So yes, you can get the proper windage that you need out of a Spot Hog. I can't speak for the other ones. So let's see how this thing's shooting. I'm going 100 yards. Yo, so I'm not gonna lie, I cannot really see my pin, and I definitely cannot see my peep. So I just trusted my anchors, let that pin float, and just pull. That ain't bad at all. This thing is like dead in the hand, and the draw feels so smooth. Last one. Morning. All right, last one. And my phone just fell. Down there holding the light up. Okay, so I'm only gonna do one group like this because, like I said, it's a big eye strain. I can't see through my peep really. I can kind of tell it's there, but I can't line it up because it's just, we can just walk. It's just kind of like blurred out in this light. And I definitely can't really see that pin, like the fiber isn't really lit up. I'm relying on Chris's camera light to at least give me something on the pins, but still wanted to get out here that first, right after the setup, that initial group at 100 yards and lighted knots when it's dark looks pretty cool. And I'm pretty happy with the conditions. I'm pretty happy with that group down there for 100 yards. One thing, I know everybody says it every year, but this bow draws like super buttery smooth with that longer axle to axle. I don't know the science behind it. All I know is how it feels. I shot a VXR for a couple years now, and now I'm shooting this, and it's money. So if you're wondering if you have left adjustment, You probably do, but I can't tell, right? Because I don't know how perfect my peep alignment was. But obviously, you know, you have adjustment to the left. So this group is over here to the left. What I'll do too, obviously in the future, I'll give you all some more long range videos that's not in the dark, where I can actually see my peep and I can actually see my pin. But for now, this should tell you at least something that you know, we're in the ballpark. Lefts to rights, some vertical misses seem to, I mean, that's reasonable with the current conditions. Hey, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Share the channel. If you don't know how to spell it, it's Privileged. I know y'all know how to spell Bowhunter. We love y'all. Peace.